Anyways, I don't know, viewing these. Waiting for somebody to turn up, I had to mess with my settings. Hey, can you hear me? And can you see me? I had to mess around with the settings, so like I had to put in the new... I had to mess with the OBS settings, so I'm basically like it's a whole new source stream. So I had to, so some of the settings are on default, so I'm not sure if you're hearing anything not right now. So yeah, everything's maxed out and the bars are showing green, but that tends to be on the quiet side. At least it sounds quiet here too anyways. If you don't, you just let me know how things are. This is literally an audience of one. If you can see me right now, yeah. Anyways, yeah, so this is what? Zenless Zone Zero, one of many of the mobile, well, I won't say mobile since this is on PC, but it's one of those evil, nefarious live service games that destroy lives and eats puppies and stuff, and I'm playing it right now. Anyways, the point was that I was going to introduce this to you so you can understand the concept of gambling mechanics. Gambling mechanics and what? And fear of missing out. Yeah, I don't have a camera. You don't really want to see me anyways. My voice is already enough of a problem for the world anyways. See, I'm trying to see. Let's see. Alright, yeah, it's okay. It's mousing onto the game screen so you can see. So anyways, where was I? Not much to say. I'm just doing some of the catching up for the idiots. Get the shit right. Just do some of the chores of the game. Quick. Well, being hard on myself or being realistic. I hear myself on the video in the past is certainly not what I hear myself in my own head. So it's been a whole month, and the new character has finally arrived. Like, I had to wait, so it literally came out like maybe a few hours ago. It became active. So, goodness, I can finally start rolling for the character. Let's see. So yeah, I was waiting for these two characters specifically. Anyways, so here we are. Let's get into the nitty-gritty of gambling addiction here and why it's the illusion of earning stuff. So anyways, you get these characters like once every 20 days, and they're available for let's see, 18 days, but it varies. Like I said, the last character that I got, like she was active for about but the whole month basically, all February, because there's some like scheduling thing, possibly Chinese New Year. So they just left her banner active for the whole month, so it is a bit longer than usual. Let's see. So this one is called a rerun character. So that means that she was active in the past, but she had an off period where she wasn't available now. And she's back now, so that means that this is one of the chances to, get her while she's active, and that, causes some people to freak out and say, oh, if I don't get her now, like, when will she turn up again? Because, they add new characters every couple of weeks. So that dilutes the character pool, and that means that they're less likely to turn up again. Because unless they're like very popular for sales or something like that. So, let's see, A rank or higher symbol. That means like these two characters, they're like less valuable characters. They're less valuable characters. But you know they do in a pinch when you're doing stuff. But of course, you know, like everybody wants the S characters. Yeah, you can keep these characters forever. It's just that they like you know like unless you're like saving up to get every character, every banner, you know, it's not gonna happen. So yeah, so basically here it goes. So this is 90 rows basically, or 9 rows, 10 rows. So you can do once. You can try and get her once. You try and get, or you can do them in 10 increments. And so that means that you can go up to, I can do this 9 times in a row, and then I can get a chance for a character that is S rank that everybody wants. And so the thing is that it's not necessarily this character. It's just a S rank character, and then it's one of, and if you don't get this character, then you'll get a character in this something called the standard pool, which is sort of like you know, like okay, but it's sort of like, you know, the economy version, the starter version. You'll be okay, but then you have to try again. So basically, you either have a shot. You can either get her in 90 searches, or you can have to get it in 180. So it's either a dice roll, whether you win what people call the 50-50. You have a 50-50 chance of getting the character in 90 searches, or you have to try again, and then she'll be guaranteed in 180 searches. But you know, you have to save up quite a bit, and so you know, so some people who play these games free, to just grind up the currency the old-fashioned way. That means that they probably have to spend extra. So for me, I'm going to be doing this twice. I'm going to be doing it for one character, and then I'm going to be doing it for this character, because I need her as well, because some character teams like need her skill set to chariot it out. So I have 113,000 here. That's just saving over a long time. Let me see what's the shop. So I do a bit of calculator work. You can check how much you can get with the currency. It takes you can buy one of these for 160 of the free currency that you gain, you know, by playing the game and doing all the events. So that comes up to 854. 854, or you know, of these currency that you use to try for these characters. I don't know if I'm explaining it very well, but you know, I need a script right now. But say 854, divide that by 180. That means that would be the currency required to ensure that I get the character no matter what, whether I win her in 90 shots or 180. So do that. Oh, sorry, I got it. 854 divided by 180. So that, on my calculator, that comes up to 4.7. That means that if I just get, you know, I have a guarantee I can get 4 more characters of whichever I want. Well, of course, you know, they come up with a new character every couple of weeks. So by the end of this year, you'll probably have like 6 or 8 characters even. And of course, you know, you can't get them all, so you have to pick and choose, right? But you know, here's the nefarious part. For these games, you know, you can't just have the one character. You have to get teams of 3, right? So, you know, it can't be just any teams of 3, right? Like, these developers, they know what to do. So they make characters that, you know, work together very well, you know, that, you know, they're implied to be a team, etc., etc. And so, you know, and of course that's on top of them being, you know, very powerful or very mandatory in one way or another. Of course, you get, you know, then you break it down into, you know, elemental attacks, some enemies are weaker against certain elements or stuff like that. Or you get, or you have the team roles. Hers is like Aria here has a specific team role of like, attacking a certain way, which some enemies are immune to others, to some forms of attack, or aren't to another, and etc. etc. And so, you want to get every element in every team role to account for, whatever challenge the developers are going to come up with. So, like, you gotta get, so you can either get every character and hope for the best, or if you play free, for me, and I just play this, just grind out the currency, you just have to pick and choose and hope that you get what you want. Anyways, and when I talk about team compositions, it's a very cheeky this next few months, because Aria here, like, her theme is that she's part of an idol J-pop group. So you don't only have to get her. You can get her two pals to have a whole J-pop idol group, which I am actually working towards. I have the currency for it. I have 4 characters worth of currency. So even if I spent 180, and for this character and Yuzuha here, that means I still have 2 characters worth, and then I have to spend 1 more character's hard guarantee for the next character that's coming in 18 days. And then once that happens, you have to start saving up again and skipping some characters that you'll regret skipping because, they have a sad backstory or they have very powerful attacks or something like that. Very devious, very good, Yeah, but that's the sort of reality, I play for the story in large quotation marks. Let's see here. So yeah, let's see, they have previews, so let's not mess around. Let's see here, final call. Yeah, I already got this character maxed out, and he's an A rank, so they're just giving me rewards for free. Give you little rewards to try now. Let's see. I'm just doing my dailies, as they call it. And see if it's not, getting deafened. Forfeit and Arias. I gotta reread this. I gotta try this all over now. Every 4 hits. Generated on the field after the attack was Basically, this character is generating a resource that I have to use for charging attack. Anyways, let's turn down the volume of the headphones a bit. It was probably a bit loud there, maybe. So this character's gameplay mechanic is causing something called anomalies, and her specialty is Ether anomaly. So she, her game plan is causing status effects basically to cause damage. Let's see. Anyways, let's not bore you with this. Let's get to the
Light up! Fire!
It's just basically after an hour.
Let's create the most beautiful stage! How's this for an entrance? I'll take it from here. Bring it on! It won't! What a grand entrance! Angel Ultimate! Wink wink! Keep up with the beat! Don't get in my way! Home run! Show isn't over yet! Yeah! Sparkle and shine! Great hit! Spiraling note!
She's basically a support character to help build up your status.
Break time! Uh-oh, for Lord Satan! On the road! I'm cruising now. Careful, better not get my trust. You're about to run out. Go,
That's the little thing, the little niggling things at the start of every patch to out of the way, so I can... looks a new mini game. The fun part, right? Let's switch back to mouse again. This is the joys of having a mouse and a controller, whichever is more convenient. Nice. So there's always a bit of trepidation, right? You're always worrying how many times it would take to get a character. Of course, the fun part is after you get a character, because they do a lot of little things to make you want to spend even more money, right? But let's have my fun now, anyways. Show you what do they call it? The dopamine rush? The serotonin rush? Dopamine, I think. Should be an art. So of the time you're gonna get B items, which are just random trash. Occasionally you can get useful stuff, A stuff, but of course everybody is gonna go
Officer Seth, Link's firing. Nice to meet you.
go for the S's and not the A's. And this is a weapon which is useful. It's actually pretty good. What do you do to grind? Basically, there's stuff that you need to do every day to get it, to get counted as a day's work. And of course, you have mini games and little events. Every patch, you can just pay for fun. As they say, either pay with your money or pay with your time. But I'm very good at keeping to a habit if it only takes a few minutes a day, right? At least that's how to get to me. Anyway, so 8 more. You only do this every 2 days. The rest of it is just paying the game. He's finished. You get a bit of extra currency so that you can just use to buy other stuff if you have these characters already maxed out. So, you're building up something one way or another every couple of weeks, right? This is about typical. You slowly improve your chances that you should put in more rows. So, if you can say that, the weighting of these rows is, somewhere between certain percentages, so you don't get, you say it probably builds up slowly to 100% as you close in on the last 40 or so. So so it's not you're shit out of luck until you hit the big magical 90 or something like that. If sometimes you get up to 70 rows or something like that, and then it pops the S rank, right? Yeah, it takes a few times. The people, there are some people who say, oh, I'll just do it I'll just hope that I do it 20 or 30 times, and if I don't, then I'll just be really angry at the game for not giving me what I want. But if you really want to be good, if you really want to get the character that you want, you have to learn to save for the hard guarantee. Then I won't say it's gambling. At least you have the guarantee to get the character that you want, but you will be missing other characters. So in the end, unless you have a huge wallet, this game is designed to, not give you everything that is in the game data. It's not like a console game like Resident Evil or something where, if you play every single mode, you will unlock everything eventually, This is games as a service, right? You're not gonna get everything because you're not that clientele, right? You are the economy player that is trying to make their own fun in a game that doesn't give you everything. Anyways, just keep at it. Like I say, I have enough currency to get all the S rank characters this patch. in the game parlance here, they call like the fandom calls it's the high roller players the whales for a reason, and it's because they may not realize it, but the term shared by casinos for the players who have the money and the no common sense to spend it all, the lack of common sense to spend their millions of dollars on that winner's high, right? So let's see. I'm probably gonna keep at it. Here it is. That's right.
Yeah, the shining golden sign.
Here it is, the dopamine hit, the theoretical dopamine, where you got the shiny lights telling you that you got somebody special. Anyways, so I've either gotten the character that I want, or I got a character that's of equivalent length, but that means I have to keep trying.
Ready for duty. Anytime. Hey, you! Quit staring at me like I'm a kid!
So here it is, I've lost the 50-50. This is a standard S. She's part of the game's original lineup. And so let's get this useful, but not who I want. So I have to keep at it for the next 80. And so that's me losing the 50-50 here. So for some people, they only save enough for like 150-50 shot, and then it's like, I used up all my currency that I saved up, and I won't get this character because I didn't have enough currency to win the 50-50. That's gambling for them. But me, I saved up all that much, and so I'm gonna lose a chunk of my currency. I lost a chunk of my currency and to invest in the character that I want. That's good, right? Well, not tech. I don't know. And it's not like I regret, but like for me, like I want to save all the currency as much as possible. But like I said, I've been like to get the hard guarantees for all the characters that you want, you have to save for a long time, right? And so that kind of gets boring after a while. But anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. The point is, I want this character, so I'm going all in, getting it. The character is passable. She has her uses, but as the game evolves, then like the developers come up with new enemies or mechanics to change things up. The character will become outdated. They'll be good for like a starting player to clear some content, but these devs designed a perpetual arms race, so you always feel like what's the word for it? Compelled to get the latest characters, if not because you like the character, then because you think that they're good at clearing content in the game. I'll probably play some content later to show you what the rest of the game is, just to prove that it's not just a game, it's just not a slot machine. But for me, like I've been waiting for these characters to come out, so I really want to get these. These also drop weapons that I need. I don't, because this pool of currency also gets good weapons too, but I'm not spending that much. I'm only focusing on the characters. I just want the animation. this weapon's been eluding me for quite a while. So it's good that I get another copy. I've been eating it. And I got a copy of a character who's not finished yet. I'll explain later, as with all things, right?
The shining gold inside. Let your inner spark ignite. Find a treasure, rolling bright. Reach your foreign and fly. Lucky or not, at least you tried. Chin up, yourself blind. No doubt, face on the side. You're chosen, so enjoy the ride. There are things you can control. Fortune's fickle, that's his role. And brains don't stop, keep the score. That's the essence.
Huh? Is it showtime already? Alrighty, let's do this!
Battle's tough. Go take and draw and simple stuff. Even when it's getting rough, take it easy, having fun is just enough. Yeah, you're trying to go inside. Let your inner spark ignite. Find a treasure, a growing bright.
Anyway, so that's the hard guarantee. That means I used up the maximum amount of currency necessary to get all these the character that I wanted. And that's sort of bonus thing later. Anyways, so I normally don't always get a rerun character because, you know, I always look forward to the future. But I missed her the first time and I wanted her the first time, but I didn't have the currency. So now that I have the currency, I'm doing this twice in a patch cycle. After this, I show you the other parts of the game to explain more. Well, let's just keep rushing through this. I don't think you're really... This doesn't do much for me either. To be honest, I don't know. I'm actually very unemotional about these games. Like I say, there's a huge myth about this thing about the dopamine rush. And and sometimes, you see streams of other people screaming to the high heavens about how they got this character. For me, I've been, I knew that she was coming up in the future. I felt like I wanted her. I've been saving up for a long time, and so I had the currency to make sure to get her. So it's more of an inevitability. So, even if they do all the flashy, look at this character that you just earned, it never really works for me. There have been other occasions where there were characters in other games that were having a limited rerun, and I threw in a few rows just to see if I got lucky. And I would get lucky on those occasions, and that's more a moment of disbelief and actually suspecting that I used up all my luck for the year, as they say. So yeah. So in this case, it doesn't affect me too much because these are just characters that I want to invest in, and I've saved up enough that I'm going to get them either way. It's just how much I'm going to do to get it. The dopamine rush basically is how if I get lucky and spend absolutely very little on it. But otherwise, even if I roll more, that means I'm also getting some extra weapons that I've been needing to. So I like to spend less, but perhaps it's necessary. up.
Millions need my help.
So I lost to 50 again. I already have this character. So very expensive this patch. I lost to 50-50 twice. I was hoping to save a bit better, but this is the worst case scenario where I'm going to have to budget a little bit better next time for the next year. And hope that there's no upcoming character that I don't care about, right? But there's always going to be a character that you care about coming up. You can see my currency is now back under 10,000. But you know, this stuff is burning a hole in my pocket, right? If you don't use it, feel the anticipation. Yeah, for free beats, to make you anticipate more.
One day, I'll be the best public security officer there is.
Hi there! I'm Ookie Nummy Yuzuha!
That's his role. Embrace the result. Stop keeping score. That's the essence. Life's true goal. Not just trails and battles tough. Go take and joy in simple stuff. Even when it's getting rough, take it easy, having fun is just enough. Yeah, the shiny gold.
So as you can see, when I play this game, I don't think in terms of gains. I think of in terms of what's the damage to my budget, my in-game budget. Anyways, let's see. So you know, this is the sort of the side currency for buying stuff. So 84 rows. That's actually got a. That's a soft pity right there that I can use if there's a character that drops by that I kind of sort of want but don't really care enough to use all my actual savings on. 563. That's basically back. That's about parity with my other game, right? And back to 3 characters worth, which is not bad. Once I get to 1 character next patch, that's 2 characters worth, which is actually pretty good, honestly, because there's always going to be 1 or 2 characters per patch that are sort of like mandatory, because they're always overpowered. That's a nice mild milk tea. Anyways, so I got the characters. For the people who really want to cherry out their characters, though, each character is like sort of like mandatory best pick weapon or whatever they call it. Of course, you know these are very, what's the word for it? I don't even know. I just don't care about them because you know the problem with this, you know, these is just that like they're all sort of under the hood programming sort of things. You know, like you get bigger numbers. I just don't care really. You know, like it's just like getting bigger numbers. The only thing that's I get out of bigger numbers is like winning some game modes that will get me more currency. And it's kind of cyclical like that. Like I got the characters with the animations. Let's get that thing here. Because they're making a big deal about these free characters in the next 2 patches, so they have little bonuses. But you don't need to bribe me. I wanted them.
Is that my cue?
Because I want to destroy the forces of evil with J-pop idols. Yes, where was I?
To what do I owe the pleasure?
Anyways, so you don't have to get the character once. You can get the character up to 6 times, and each time you get them, you can unlock extra bits. So you know, like for this one, like this little thing here. Well, since I got her, I got her 5 times now. Like with this, you know, her attacks are now statistically a little bit better.
To what do I owe the pleasure? Hey, don't look down on me!
Of course, the first 2, you know, like you know, they're like little things that make using the character a little bit stronger. Like see here, you know, like she recovers energy like, automatically. You know, it makes her, you know, a bit easier to use. So developers, you know, they try to slowly, quietly make the characters feel a little bit more comfortable to use, a little bit stronger, a little bit more convenient. You have, you know, little things that you can't do before. Now you can because you rolled 180 times, you know, like 320 times or something like that to get the duplicate. But you know, that's just because
You want to test my hammer?
for the people who really don't know what they're doing with their money, right?
If you need help, call me anytime. A mission? Take me along.
There's a ton of characters that I can't get. Like I said, they put them out like once every couple of weeks, and they're like, you got a whole pipeline of these guys.
I'll help you win. The lunch is
per
on
year.
you.
So like for somebody like me who doesn't feel the need to shell out credit card, right? You're not getting the whole content. Of course, there's also a bit of a chance game. You never know what the developers are going to put out. And the next character might look good, but not be very well designed. These early characters also, like, the developers weren't really sure what direction the game was going, so...
Did you call me?
They're not, so, you know, they're designed for an older form of game that they're not really for.
Got a new ghost story to share?
And it takes a bit of work to get these characters ready as well, you know? You have to use items to level them up and stuff like that. And... I'm putting this on there. Yeah, I think that's I think that's
Got a new ghost story to share? Hey there, Delulu!
think it's this. So you know, like it can't. It's not like an RPG where you just stick a character into a fight and let the enemy feed you. You gotta, you know, do side activities and get the equipment necessary. Thankfully, there's a few little things.
Is that my cue?
That's interesting. Oh, let's set this target.
Hey there, Delulu!
It will be a slow crawl.
Hey there, Delulu!
Let's see. We're getting close. I need about 60 of these. So anyways, we'll take it to a fight in a little bit. It takes a bit of time. Let's see what the other lady needs. What's this? Oh, actually I'm pretty close to this. Alright. Well, I remember. Let's see here. I'm trying to remember what to do for today.
Got a new ghost story to share?
Little events around the zone where you can interact with characters.
Have a cup of coffee to jumpstart your day.
Yeah, since I'm grinding boss materials, I don't need the I'm gonna take a. Oh, depends on how I'm doing.
Sometimes stopping to take a break can help you
Take a few weeks to get a character up and running. I'm doing this very slowly. Yeah, it is. Of course, under the hood, there's, this is actually a post-apocalyptic setting. It's just that this part of the city is okay. Sometimes you pick the right choice, you get a relationship up boost or something like that. I keep forgetting boss I gotta get what, 60, so that's about like one session's worth of grinding. You had because you can only do things so many times in this game because of the energy system. That then that sort of what's the word for it? Encourages you to keep playing. Of course, this is also because of Chinese laws. I think there's some Chinese laws to just make sure that their population isn't going fucking crazy, playing these games to their death or something like that. Anyway, so yeah. That's somebody else.
Let them see. Come on, try harder!
All exits are now sealed.
My turn! Beat down!
Securing the perimeter.
Any last words?
The best defense is a strong offense.
This is our chance! Here we go! Stand still! Let me beat you into the foundations!
The threat is still active.
So 10. I only need to do just 2 or 3 times to get the minimum, the currency needed to upgrade some of her stuff. And you gotta upgrade all the stuff if you're not gonna pay out.
Watch out!
Neutralizing.
Allow me! It locks!
Securing the perimeter.
My turn!
Any last words?
Beat down! Just watch me!
I'll take point.
Don't get in my way! What? Please now?
Just finishing the journey. Your journey ends with me.
Suicide!
Precision strike.
Allow me!
Watch out!
Come on, try harder!
Securing the perimeter.
Here we go!
All exits are now sealed.
Any last words?
Don't blink! You'll miss me bashing you into the ground!
Securing the perimeter. Your journey ends with me.
Nice. She's finished, so start putting a bit of work into the other characters, and I'll be working on 2 different characters this patch season. Weakness. Yeah, those are the what's the word for it? The mascots of the game. Electric and physical. And electric anomaly. Yeah, let's do this.
My blade is already sheathed.
Take over.
I swear on my blade.
Enemy of Section 6 shall pay. Resistance is futile. Yep.
Take over. Who's the pathetic one now? Combat isn't my thing.
Awaken. This ends here.
I gotta get 60 of those, but it only takes a couple of days. Milk tea is getting a bit cool. Yeah, this is one of the this patch season's characters. So you can pick which character you want to just walk around with. And I have a few more things to fight this patch as well. This character isn't ready. I gotta grind it up in materials. I have to get her team set up. This may look like a lot of characters, and I guess this is what you get when you're good.
Is that my cue? Heading out, friends. It's okay. I promise I won't slow you down. Grab the mic and
This is
stand
still
with me.
not every character either. Where was I missing?
I cast it.
Soldier or good day. Ready for got a new. Where are we going? There's no class today. Is that my cue? Got a newcomer. Let's show 'em what we've got. What the?
Go save. Just getting a few new character changes up a few teams, so I have to double check if there's any teams I need to change them up with the new characters or not. I can't think of anything right now, so I'll just leave it alone. This is the more boss grinding for more materials, but you know, let's fight people, right?
Leave it to me! Over here! The line is strong! What the heavens? Stand down! Come daydream with me! Let's go! I'll be fine! Winning pieces are in place. Here I try. What the heavens? Radiant cloud!
You can do them this one up to 3 times a week. No, you could just do it all at once, but I don't feel like it. I do things iteratively anyways. And this, I finished this mode already, so I don't really care. Some modes I just don't have strong enough characters, because that's how they get you, right? You want you to get fully finished characters, so you get the maximum ranking, so that you can feel important and get more currency that you use to spend on more characters. So having done all my chores for the day, you get 60 of these that I use to roll for a character. So it's not very much, but it piles up. So that's why you want to gain the habit of playing a little bit every day, right? Like I said, if I don't have a gambling addiction, or I don't have an addictive personality, then I at least have a habit-forming personality, which is how the game got me, right? But I don't mind. I want to see how far the story is going to go anyways. At least I'm not spending actual money on this. I'm trying to think if there's any more content I haven't done yet.
Understood.
How about this? Yeah! Restore order!
Caution. Motion detected nearby. Multiple life forms present. The life forms are darting around like headless chickens. This might attract...
Shadowless blade. Purging slash. Alrighty. It's over.
What are they thinking? Strolling into a hollow like it's nothing. And how did they end up with that bamboo waiting to be recovered? Let's hear what you have to say, Lee. Take care of that bamboo. Stay out of sight and keep your distance.
Back in control. Here to serve.
3, 2, 1, go!
No forgiveness!
What? Just don't blink! They're back attack!
Cover your eyes. It's okay.
Look at me!
I see it. I've got it. It won't take long. Victory, the only option.
Warning, there are a few enemies ahead.
Ambush.
My time to shine! Here we go!
All exits are now sealed.
It's the emblem of our old enemy's gang. Let's go after them.
Please continue onwards.
Come on, try harder!
Securing the perimeter.
My turn!
All exits are now sealed.
Speculation. The enemy is behind the debris.
You went back. It's Andreas. Turns out he really was tricked by them. Proxy, you better hurry.
Oh, that's amazing! Get lost!
Removing threat.
Here we go!
Out of my way! Andreas, the challenge isn't over yet. You don't have to tell me! Take that!
Don't get in my way!
Securing the perimeter. Nothing slips through my defense.
Proxy, we're running out of time. We have to stop those guys in the hollow. I'm relying on you to find the shortest route. What a drag. Take the shortest route, and I'll handle any enemies along the way. Ooh, that was close. I almost stepped on Eos's foot just now. I'd be stuck carrying Eos if I did. Dodge. Keep going, Proxy.
Target enemy has entered the fissure.
The main force should be over there.
Hey, you there! Beat it!
You're unarmed. You really think you can take on all of us? To deal with you, fists are more than enough. Let me show you how it's done. Be gone! What's your honor really worth? I'm unstoppable! Let me show you how it's done.
Watch out!
You're in bad shape. You still put those fists up.
You want to talk? Cowering all the way back there. Well, I'm done warming up. I hope you can make my red scarf even brighter. What's your honor really worth?
that's the meat of a session of the day. So there's not much else I can do until my energy meter for the day recharges again. I did a lot because in-game is also Dead of Night as well, apparently.
Is that my cue?
Take your cheap.
He's the Yahoo! You wanted one? Don't.
If you need.
Oh, wait.
Got a new ghost story to share? Where are we going? There's no class today.
No, not quite. Just barely enough to finish her levels as well, but I need more her promotion materials. Really? I also want that. Well, actually, that makes sense, right? I think. Interesting. That's not what I was doing. Swing jets. I guess that makes sense. No, I'm not sure myself. I think this one is better. This one. Yeah, I think that's right. So I have a lot of work ahead of me. I have to do a lot more chores in order to get these characters ready, though I have some of their stuff ready. So anyways, yeah, I was mostly talking to myself when I was looking at her stuff.
Where are we going? There's no class today.
It'd require a bit of explanation, which
Hey there, Delulu.
I'm just trying to double check everything. So anyways, I have the characters, but there's a lot of stuff that needs acquiring in order to level up all their stuff. So as you can see, I'm not quite there yet. So, and I'm not going to be able to do much else for the rest of this session. So you can probably consider this about the end of the stream anyways. So anyways, the main thing is that I showed you the most interesting part. No, I'm kidding. Actually, all the fighting is also all the good stuff, but as you can see, I was waiting to get new characters to update my teams. So with that settled, I'll just need to wait another 20 days or so for one more character to drop by. I don't think it's really necessary to... I don't know if I really want to stream it or not, but maybe I will just to update everybody. Anyways, I don't think... Like I said, I don't think there's really much else that needs to be said. So we can consider this the end of the stream and consider this a learning experience for what I've been doing before I get to my other game. So until otherwise, yeah. If you have any more questions, you'll know where to find me. So yeah, don't worry about it. I'll catch you whenever. So until then, yeah, no problem. I wanted to show you what this all was about. I'm sure it hits other people, but honestly, yeah, I don't really get as much out of it as other people do when they see all those flashing lights and so on and so forth. Anyways, yeah, so I'll have some time. I'm gonna have to spend some time getting my 2 new characters set up, and that would take however long, but not as long as I thought it would. The main thing is getting like those discs that you just saw a few minutes ago. Yeah. So I play this. I play Genshin Impact, and well, you're not going to get like thrilling moments day to day. That's why these games it's so important to have a good story and a good cast to sort of keep you polling along and waiting to see what happens at the next cliffhanger. Anyways, I won't belabor the point anymore. So thanks for dropping by, and you can let me talk to me whenever you want. So until then, have a good evening and look after yourselves, you and everybody else. So until then, good night.